What is up everyone? Welcome to another video on the Ryzacus channel. Before my break from YouTube I had asked you guys for your questions, so today's video is going to be a Q&A. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Harjin asks, why Ryzacus? Well, the word Ryzacus is a combination of my first name, which is Ryan, and Spartacus. Ryzacus. 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 So that's the boring story of how I got the username Ryzacus. Scarlett asks, are you an early bird or a night owl? I am more of an early bird these days because of uni and work. Ja asks, what's your favourite fish, bug and sea creature in the game and why? Being Animal Crossing, of course. Well, I don't have a favourite sea creature. My favourite bug is the snail because of the way they roll off the rocks whenever you get too close. And my favourite fish, without a doubt, is the almighty, gigantic sea butterfly. Jerry2Auntie asks, my favourite food and drink? Food, probably Mexican or Japanese. And favourite drink is coffee. Dog Fan asks, what's your favourite Mario Odyssey kingdom? Well, unsurprisingly, it's probably the Mushroom Kingdom because of the nostalgia factor. But obviously, everybody loves New Donk as well. And I think the Snow Kingdom is very underrated. Big Daddy Rolled asks, what is your favourite Pokemon? Well, I love ghost types, and here's a number that I bothered to breed shinies for in Sword and Shield. So everything here is top tier to me. Matthew Jr. asks, what was the first game you ever played? Really good question. As far as I can remember, I used to play the Super Nintendo with my dad, so it was either Zelda: Link to the Past or the original F-Zero, and they're both still two of my favourite games ever to this day. Angie V asks, how long have you been gaming? I have no idea, Angie, probably even before I could remember. Again, I grew up playing video games because my dad had a Super Nintendo and an N64, so pretty much ingrained. Mr. Grizz asks, how old are you? Well, I'm 25 years old. Alonzo Kid asks, what's your favourite video of yours? Probably this one. Sarah asks, if you play Smash or even like it, who's your favourite character? And if you haven't played it, which character looks pretty interesting to play as? And if you play a lot, who's your main? And last question, who would you like to see in future fighter passes? Well, of course I'm into Smash, one of my favourite games of all time. And my mains are Roy, Corrin, Toon Link, Piranha Plant, and lately I have been playing the shit out of Min Min because she is super fun and my favourite DLC so far. As for future characters, I'd like a retro character like Hollow Knight or Isaac from The Binding of Isaac. And I'd love a Dark Souls or Souls game representative, even though that'll never happen. Yeah, that's what I'd like. Dog Fan asks, what are my top 5 favourite games of all time? This is way too hard to think of just 5 and in order, so here is a list of all my favourite games of all time. Shrek asks, when you were younger, what did you want your future job to be? As far as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a guitarist or a musician in a hard rock metal band. So yeah, a musician would be cool. Little Snoopy asks, when did you start making videos and why? Well, on this channel, it's not even been a year, and I started because I wanted to talk about Breath of the Wild, basically. From there, I just love video games, and Nintendo in particular, so that's why I started my channel. Pagalablo asks, first question, can you gift me some young spring bamboo? Second question, when did you start playing Animal Crossing? Well, my first Animal Crossing game that I properly got into was in fact New Horizons. Was never a big fan of Animal Crossing before that, so happy days. Day with Stain asks, where were you born? And by that I mean country. I am from Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. Cyber asks, who inspires you the most? Really great question. The one that springs to mind over everyone else is probably Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is, without a doubt, the biggest inspiration in my life anyway, in terms of like getting into the gym and keeping fit, and just his whole mentality, and I really look up to Arnold, yeah. So yeah, there we go. Thank you all so much for submitting your questions. Some pretty awesome ones there, couldn't include them all, but we picked a handful. If you're new to the channel, please check out my other videos. If you're already subbed, thank you guys so much for your support. Stay safe during this pandemic, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.